Hey healthy people, Dr. Rubina here. Welcome to the RX. Do you think that you have your sugar intake under control? Well, what you don't know may be killing you. Joining us today is Dr. Jen Caudle, board certified family physician and assistant professor at Rowan University. Dr. Jen, thank you so much for being here today.
I'm really excited. This is great.
So she's gonna give us some insight into what's really happening. So tell us some of the statistics about how much added sugar we're having.
Okay, well, I think this is a great topic because the bottom line is we're eating too much sugar.
Yes.
That is the bottom line. Statistics show that Americans consume about 22 teaspoons of added sugars every day. That is way more than we should be. And just for comparison, women should get no more than 6 teaspoons of added sugars per day, and men no more than 9 teaspoons of sugar per day. So you can see 22 versus 6 and 9 is a big difference. And the other thing is we're talking today about added sugars. There's a difference between naturally occurring sugars, that's the sugars that are found in like fruits and milks and things like that naturally, versus added sugars, that's the sugar that we literally pour on our cereal in the morning or that's added to foods to enhance flavor. So that's what we're really aiming for, is to cut down on that added sugar.
Yes, and so let's actually take a look and see what's happening throughout the day, because I don't think people notice.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I often notice, to be honest with you. The sugar consumption, it can get out of hand, and you may not even
really
know
quickly.
It, so, absolutely.
Okay, so let's start with that coffee or that tea in the morning. Yes. Everybody always wants it first thing in the morning. So what's happening when we add sugar?
Well, so if you're adding 2 teaspoons of sugar, I mean, first of all, it's 2 teaspoons out of your 6 to 9 teaspoon of added sugar allotment for the day.
Right.
You may choose to do that, but the bottom line is it's best if you don't, or if you cut it in half, because once again, if you're a woman, you only get 6 teaspoons of added sugars a day, and if you're a man, you only get 9. So, and just take a look. I mean, I think this is always interesting to see how much sugar 2 teaspoons really is when it's not in our coffee. That's only 2, but it's a decent amount.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a decent amount.
And so cutting back is good. So we can practice, cutting it in half and then just making this amount smaller and smaller as we get used to it.
Absolutely, and kind of training your body to get used to a less sweeter coffee, and that can be done very easily.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you were saying you did that yourself. Did you try that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's been 4 years, no sugar in my coffee.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're used to it and you're not having any problems?
No problems.
See, it can be done.
It can be done.
Yes.
So at lunch, what we do is we add the soda.
Right. You might have a healthy salad. You might have a healthy meal, but then you go and grab for that Coke, which, I have to be honest, I love a good Coke. I'm not going to lie about that. But the problem with the Coke is you get 8 teaspoons of sugar.
So much.
Yes.
Let's see what this looks like. This is going to be scary.
Let's see what the pile of sugar looks like here. What are we on, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 teaspoons of sugar is so much. And remember, if you're a woman, you really should only be getting 6 teaspoons a day. If you're a man, only 9 teaspoons a day. And this is where the average American gets 22. This is one of the reasons why. Look at that big pile of sugar. If you're someone that drinks 2 sodas a day, double that.
Yeah.
And you've already, you've exceeded your amount of sugar, definitely. So we definitely want to avoid this. This is empty calories, by the way. This sugar really has no nutritional benefit.
It's not fueling the body.
No, it's not.
And it's going to make you crash, really. Once you get the sugar high, you're going to crash, and then you're going to crave more sugar, which is part of this whole cycle.
Absolutely.
That's out of control. And also for the juice junkies, what you really want to do is try to dilute the juice. Right? So half juice, half water.
And I think that's a good point. A lot of people think juice is healthier than soda.
Right.
The point is, actually, regular juice can have just as much sugar as soda in it. So just because it says juice doesn't mean that it's healthier. It means that it's different. So you really want to cut back on that sugar. It's important.
Absolutely. Another tricky point during the day is that after dinner, when you're relaxing, maybe you've had a long day, maybe you just want 1 cookie, but does 1 cookie really stay 1 cookie? No, you're going to have 2, maybe even 3, right?
Yeah, you might.
So what's the sugar content here?
Okay, so we've got maybe a couple of cookies.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'd say a couple of cookies is probably going to be about what the coffee is, 2 teaspoons of sugar.
Okay.
So still, this is something where if you like to bake, if you really like to make cookies or cakes or things like that, try cutting that sugar content in the recipe, cut it in half.
Yeah.
Or you can use other spices or other ingredients to kind of offset the taste. And something I got from the American Heart Association is the idea of using unsweetened applesauce to kind of give some flavor to some of the baked goods that you want to make. So you don't have to use or eat all the sugar that we have there.
And speaking of apples, another good alternative is to slice an apple, put some cinnamon on it, and bake it. You're going to get that sweet craving. It's going to be fulfilled if you go that way. So that's another option as well.
Yummy. I'm going to try that because that sounds so yummy.
So long term, Dr. Jen, what are you seeing in your office? What are the consequences of consuming this, day after day?
Right. So we care about sugar for a reason. Not just because we don't want you to eat sugar, but because, of course, sugar has calories in it.
Yes.
These foods are some of the leading reasons why people are obese in this country. We know that we have an obesity epidemic.
Yes.
But really the consequence to obesity is what it does to the inside. And that is it causes diabetes. It causes heart disease. It increases your risk for heart attacks and other peripheral vascular disease and other things like that. This is something I see every single day in my office.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, I'm not going to go so far as to say that America is addicted to sugar. But there are so many things that we eat every single day that have added sugars in them.
Yes.
And we really need to cut back.
And we can avoid it, so it's really something to think about. So we hope that this gives you some insight when you're making your food decisions. Thank you so much for sharing this with us today. And where can we find you online?
Just go to jennifercaudle.com.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching My New Philly, where something is always new and everything is always Philly.